Good evening once again. Welcome to the second edition of News Tonight. My name is Micheal Lukomwa. Elizabeth Nyaka joins in for sign language interpretation. Successes of the parish development model continue to be registered, with the latest testimonies witnessed from Bududa, Sironko and Manafwa districts of Bugisu sub-region. Farmers who have ventured in piggery and dairy farming have no serious ordeals to narrate except the quest to sustain their ventures. President Yoweri Museveni, who is in the region for wealth creation tour, has affirmed the government's continuous financial support towards fighting poverty at the grassroots level.
It is Zone 5 of the Presidential Assessment of Wealth Creation Tours of Eastern Uganda. Bunaporo Parish of Bududa district in Bugisu sub-region is where we found the homestead of youthful Kutosi. He is not apologetic for embracing the parish development model. This success comes as a result of acquiring 980,000 shillings of the parish development model funds. He bought 3 piglets, sold 2 to buy a dairy cow, from which he now harvests 5 liters of milk every day.
Family yanyu helitendwela na kulisalita tine ilitendwela ili hosiringi 12 shimaisa shiruna hu funa siringi 18 iwiki mulimo chimitwalo gitaru nitsingu misitaru ni bimya bisasa.
Not even the increase in the prices of animal feeds will stop him. It is an undertaking which the president has witnessed.
We sell, let's say we sell things worth, this farm will earn more. Tomorrow in the leaders' meeting, I will show you families earning more 1 billion from 1 acre. Here you are just starting. But once you wake up, you will see, you will get a lot of money even from 1 acre.
He has affirmed support towards such ventures, including addressing the animal feed prices to the welcome of area leaders.
I have already directed NEC, an army company, to study how they can make this animal feed zone by zone. Karamoja, one center, Teso, 1 center, like that. So that the farmers get these feeds affordably.
People who don't look at the future will always criticize programs that are brought by government. Many people criticize PDM. They thought it wasn't going to be successful. But when I give you the success stories from Bududa, you won't believe.
With such support, Kutosi could at some point follow in the footsteps of Mudewa James, the brain behind Tandiga Model Mixed Farm, found in Mazaki Cell in Mutufu Town Council, Sironko District. It sits on 2.3 and 2.8 acres of land.
I've expanded and I needed more land. I started sourcing this particular land and started constructing. After constructing, I started adding pieces.
What started with a mere penny is now a continuous success which the president has equally witnessed.
So I developed when that cow started giving me very good milk, and I started selling in town. By then there were no cows in town. So I started selling that milk to Mukwano restaurant, and there was another restaurant called the Coffee Tree.
We are going now is the real answer to use biological methods of killing the ticks.
This has not been without challenges. Immunization against animal diseases remains a challenge as well as transportation of milk to the market. The president has offered to intervene.
The request of Mr. Mudebo of a refrigerated truck. I will give it to him.
It is a war against poverty, which the president is not willing to surrender to. Museveni's wealth creation tour of Elgon region kicked off on Tuesday and continues through to Thursday. Henry Okrut, UBC.
President Museveni launched the Uganda Free Zone Export Facility in Entebbe to boost Uganda's export capacity, and that seems not, but many seem on the same grounds. This launch was earlier preceded by another launch of Uganda's implementation plan for the African Continental Free Trade Area Agreement, along with the launch of 2 Uganda Connect trade hubs at Entebbe International Airport.
President Museveni has vowed to support the full utilization of this 5-acre export facility once completed.
Tell me what you need as export supporting institutions, and we'll work this out with you. This facility, which I'm told will be run by Mr. Huda and his hot fresh fruits and vegetable aggregators, and Mr. Bratslav and his Serbian team on coffee roasting, should be a center of exemplary performance, certification, assembly, roasting, and serve both the AFTA market and the Balkans region.
Despite delays in its completion, the facility will provide high-value incentives for private exporters in Uganda.
We're going to provide for easy access by a cargo plane, for example. 2, we are going to have cold storage facilities, especially to preserve and have longer shelf life for the products. So flowers, fruits and vegetables. Besides being net importers from Asia and USA, intra-African trade has failed to cross a mere 20%. If leveraged to full capacity, Uganda's free zone strategy will realize increased export earnings.
So number 1 is commission the first products so that we stop the theory of we signed the protocol in 2018, we get consumers to touch our product and test it. And deal with NTBs, non-tariff trade barriers, which are about 10% of the troubles we have in these markets.
In this regard, Uganda's implementation strategy for the African Continental Free Trade Area Agreement will focus on deepening the existing bilateral ties.
Indeed, up to 96% of our merchandise exports to the African continent are to the East African community and to the common market for Eastern and Southern Africa. Therefore, we're looking at the African Continental Free Trade Area to cast our exports beyond the 2 blocks, the EAC and COMESA.
Earlier in the day, Trade Minister Francis Mwebesa with PASAID and the Civil Aviation Authority launched the world's 2nd Uganda Connect trade hub at Entebbe International Airport. Wadulo Arnold Mark, UBC News, in Entebbe.
Vice President Jessica Alupo has met businessmen and potential Saudi Arabian investors and told them that Uganda is a very rich country to invest in, especially in the agricultural sector. The VP said that if Saudi Arabia investors can import our vegetables, tea, coffee, fruits, animal products and more, we also import their products, a move which will help our country, our prosperity and theirs too. She explained that Uganda and the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia have potential areas of economic cooperation that include notably investments in the following sectors, such as oil and gas exploration, agribusiness, fisheries, tourism, mining and energy, plus pharmaceuticals. Alupo told the investors that relations between Uganda and the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia have been on for the last 50 years and continue developing steadily. The investors, who are one of the leading in East Africa, informed the Vice President that they would like to add value on Uganda's coffee and also establish fully-fledged plants to also add value on the country's pineapples, thus creating jobs for Ugandans. They were led by Uganda's ambassador to Saudi Arabia.
He says not until he met Mr. Tony. So him, he says, is looking at ensuring that there is a transactions between the businessmen here in Uganda and the businessmen in Saudi Arabia.
بالتالي حتى لو جت اي احد بزنس مان ويجي الحكومه تتكلم عن الجرائم السعوديه عندنا وعندنا لن ياخذوا الكلام بثقه مثل ما ياخذوا شخص سعودي مستثمر وداخل ويعمل فياخذوا الكلام اني انا تجربه منهم ناجحه. لذلك هذا عامل يساعد كثير الناس القناعه الموجوده.
So that it puts it on him because one is aware that even for him as a businessman, he couldn't just come to Uganda just like that because someone said. But for him, he was influenced by Haji Nuh Mayambala. Haji Nuh Mayambala. N-O-O-H.
N-O-O-H.
Yes.
I want to assure you that there is a strong interest of the Ugandan government in this joint venture and in this business of this company with Saudi Arabia. And should there be anything to guarantee, government will be very, very ready to do any kind of guarantee. Because 70% from Saudi Arabia, 30% from the company to establish a factory which is going to produce jobs for the youth, which is going to add value, and when value is added, we know that the price will more than double or even triple, giving multiplier effects to our GDP. There is no one who can reject such an offer. So, by delaying to come there should not worry you. Should not worry you. I'm here now to assure you that I am on the way to Saudi Arabia. Even I told the Deputy Secretary General, and one of you talked of the quality of Ugandan coffee, though I said earlier that I don't take coffee. One of the reasons why Ugandan coffee will remain top in terms of quality is because we are promoting organic agriculture. We are, as government, trying to limit as much as possible the use of pesticides, the use of artificial fertilizers, but we are encouraging farmers to use organic products even when they are doing improving the soil, and also we are promoting agriculture. So you can be sure that the good weather that we already have is going to be enhanced by irrigation which we are promoting, so that the quantities remain constant in the market, and we will always have the coffee that we require.
The Katikiro of Buganda Kingdom, Charles Peter Maiga, has commended government for the construction of the specialized women and neonatal hospital at Mulago and urged them to fight theft of medical supplies in the hospitals. Maiga acknowledged the government's efforts to supply medical equipment, but noted that some individuals are involved in the theft, which calls for immediate action. This was during his visit to the specialized women and neonatal hospital at Mulago.
The Katikiro of Buganda, Charles Peter Maiga, has visited the specialized women and neonatal hospital at Mulago. As a gesture of environmental preservation, the Katikiro first planted a commemorative tree. The Katikiro was taken through the different sections of the hospital, the laboratory, the neonatal incubation center. The Katikiro, together with hospital management, addressed the media. Katikiro commended government for building the hospital, which offers specialized care.
Generally speaking, we have 4 major regions or major provinces in Uganda. The Kingdom of Buganda, Western region, Eastern region, and Northern region. I think there should be a hospital of this standard in each of these provinces of Uganda. It is costly, but losing life is far more costly. And saving life is what is going to make Uganda rich.
Maiga urged the government to fight theft of drugs that hinders healthcare services.
When mothers visit government health facilities, they see the medical personnel, but they don't get the prescribed drugs in those facilities because some public officials have stolen them. That's a vice that the government can fight and stamp out for the good of all of us.
The Minister of Health in Buganda Kingdom, Kotilda Nakate Kikomeko, emphasized that much has been learned from this inspection, especially since the Kabaka is also involved in the construction of hospitals in the various counties.
When we have such opportunities to come over and see such specialized hospitals, highly equipped, you know, with the doctors highly knowledgeable and skilled, you know, we get the hope.
Dr. Evelyn Nabunya explained the medical service offered and encouraged people to utilize the facility.
The hospital has in the previous 5 years, among others, successfully handled over 200,000 reproductive and neonatal cases, ensuring safer deliveries and reducing maternal and neonatal mortality, performing life-saving surgeries, including complex gynecological and obstetric care.
Funded by Ugandan government, President Museveni commissioned the hospital on October 2nd, 2018 to provide high-quality healthcare services to women and children. I'm Nafka Farida and Andrew Sebida.
The Parliamentary Committee on Statutory Authorities and State Enterprises, COSASI, has quizzed Bank of Uganda officials led by the Deputy Governor over a loss of taxpayers' money to a tune of 60 billion Uganda shillings.
The Deputy Governor, Bank of Uganda, Dr. Micheal Atingi Ego, led Bank of Uganda officials before the Parliamentary Committee on Statutory Authorities and State Enterprises to answer queries in the Auditor General's Report 2023-2024. The committee chairperson, Medad Lubega Segona, asked the Deputy Governor, Bank of Uganda, that taxpayers' money was lost from the bank, and the committee wanted to know how it was allocated. The Deputy Governor, Dr. Micheal Atingi Ego, first declined to give information since it was under investigation by the Auditor General.
And the Auditor General is also undertaking independent investigations. And my response to you is not and should not in any way interfere with their investigations.
Feel that whatever you want to tell us as a wind up, sir, that is a little bit privileged and so sensitive, you can seek for leave and it is done in camera. Otherwise, you will not just go unscratched without us handling this.
Consider a right for the Deputy Governor to hide under the cover of other investigation, well knowing that he was also invited for an investigation by a committee with the powers of the High Court to answer the same questions.
This is where you went wrong. Defensively saying, I will not mention things that will jeopardize with investigations. That one I will not. First, you were making a ruling on what you can say or cannot say.
He said the money was meant for debt service payment in World Bank, $6.134 million and was fraudulently paid to Roadway Company Limited.
And then the payment of $8.596 million that was meant for the African Development Fund was instead paid to MJS International, London. But we got instructions from the minister to pay this.
Got instructions from?
From the minister to pay $6.134 million.
To Roadway?
Yeah, to Roadway.
Okay. Instruction, Ministry of Finance is an abstract thing. From who?
I think it was from the Office of the Accountant General, if I recall well.
The chairperson Kosase, Medad Lubega Segona, told the committee to bring to the committee documents including the minutes they had with the PSST, Minister of Finance.
So before I move very fast to get hard on Bank of Uganda, I want to look at the client's instructions. I also want to know the nature of operations of Bank of Uganda.
The Deputy Governor explained to the committee the efforts taken by the bank to recover the money.
Based on that, based on that, we agreed that we would then have a forensic audit by an independent firm. And Bank of Uganda was asked to contract that firm. So our attempts to contact the bank in Japan were not successful because the bank in Japan said, look, the beneficiaries of this payment have given us information that supports the payment, despite the fact that we told them that this is a fraudulent transaction.
And in the chronology of these known payments, because the governor knows that these were payments made for this, who were the key players, who officers of the bank, who were involved, because these are public officers, who are involved in this transaction.
Uncomfortable seeing you, the tortfeasors, the people in charge of this chaos.
No.
Who are close to the issue, really handling the investigation. Then the other.
The Deputy Governor's comment that in generating payment in 2 transactions there was no human involvement attracted debate.
So that's how the process works. It is all automated in what they call straight-through processing. There's no human involvement in there.
What is not correct is that there is no human intervention. There must be human intervention at the end of the day. Because you see, let me tell you, you will never explain and convince me that I should arrest the computer in Bank of Uganda.
The committee also asked the Deputy Governor, who he has been deputizing for the last 3 years, since there has not been a governor appointed, and yet his term is also expiring in April 2025. I'm Nyaka Farid and Gloria Gwetabinji at Parliament.
The Minister for Health, Dr. Jendruth Acheng, has called for increased investment in regional heart care facilities to combat the prevalence of cardiovascular diseases in Uganda. This was during the launch of the catheterization laboratory at the Uganda Heart Institute in Mulago.
A catheterization laboratory is a specialized heart theater designed for minimally invasive procedures used to diagnose and treat cardiovascular diseases. The Uganda Heart Institute relied on a single cath lab that had become outdated.
The one we were replacing, we had put it up in 2012. It worked for all the 10 years without breaking down. It went on until 14 years literally. The issue is, this one is the latest technology, the X2 is the latest worldwide, and we should be able to stand here and probably say, on the African ground, we are either the second to have this equipment.
The newly installed cath lab is part of government's commitment to improve specialized medical services. Dr. Jendruth Acheng said government will expand such facilities countrywide.
There remains a critical need to expand this capacity further, including the establishment of regional heart care centers at referral hospitals across the country. And I want to reassure you that we are committed to this. We will do all it takes to ensure that we will work with the Ministry of Finance and begin the regional centers.
The advanced cath lab will reduce the number of patients referred abroad for open heart surgeries.
Recently I found a patient who had gone to Nairobi, and when they went to Nairobi they said, but you left the good equipment in Kampala, why are you here? We still have this mentality in our country that the good things are outside, and Uganda Heart Institute is going to change that. It's already begun doing that. You can actually clap for yourself. And the significance of this is that it enhances diagnosis, treatment, and overall cardiac care for Ugandans, and further reduces the need for overseas treatment.
The Executive Director, Uganda Heart Institute, Dr. John Omagino, said the construction of the new Heart Institute is slated for 2025.
Really, everything that we needed in terms of support from government has been given. Now the ball is in our hands. Our hands to deliver. If we deliver, whatever we ask, we shall be given. We even asked for a home, and as I talk here, the contract was signed, the money was here, the land is, we handed over the site, and now it is, they are preparing for the official groundbreaking, which will most likely is on 28th of January.
Mary Namkose, UBC News.
State Minister for Youth and Children Balam Barugahara has hailed the director of Nyaka AIDS Foundation Trustee Jackson Kaguli for educating over 96,000 vulnerable children orphaned by HIV/AIDS in Kambuga Kanungu district. This was at an event held at Protea Hotel in Kampala.
To be a winner, you must have the discipline of a tiger. But when fueled with MTN Momo, winning is easy. Simply get your phone and use the Momo app or dial *165*3#, enter merchant code, enter amount, enter your Momo PIN, and pay. Congratulations! Nyaka is happy, and now you stand a chance to win mobile money with MTN Momo.
Mala ngenze mboni pa Sam nazanya luto ganyiga star 278 then hash kujja kubanga oyingide mu kazannyo nga sente zino zimula wano zina wangu zino wano milioni 10 ebindi wana soka bila ku TV nange sasoka kikiriza ninga mulaye kino kinzo kubanga kituufu oba yaddala tibya bufere sente zino nazifunye zino nazikoze ki naziwangudde amasanyu ina mangi ebyoto byange byembadde njagala ngenda bitukiriza.
Uganda National Lottery. Dream, play, win.
Participants must be 18 years or older. Play responsibly. The Uganda National Lottery is operated by Ituba Uganda and regulated by the National Lotteries and Gaming Regulatory Board.
There is myths that so many of you live by. If your eye is twitching, it means you're going to see someone you like. If it shines and rains at the same time, it means a leopard is giving birth. If your hand is itching, it means you're going to get money. If you see an owl, it means somebody's gonna die. If you hear of a disease outbreak, just know it is in a village district at the border next to some suspicious country. You will want to scratch that last myth because Mpox is in 19 districts and Kampala is among with dozens of cases. Please stop going around checking anyone's hand. Mpox kills. Protect your loved ones.
UBC News Tonight. Welcome back from the break. Ministry of Foreign Affairs has signed a memorandum of understanding with the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO, to upgrade its status and solidifying its commitment to impactful collaboration. The UNESCO Director, Louise Hagsonsen, reaffirmed the organization's commitment to advancing education, combating climate change, enriching cultural heritage, and protecting the rights of journalists in Uganda.
Now, this agreement which we are signing this morning is a sign that Uganda wishes to expand and strengthen cooperation with UNESCO in many areas of its competence. This is a continuing and ongoing engagement. It can never be smooth. It can never be rough. So it is really a continuation of an engagement and realizing the rights, the privileges, and the responsibilities of each party involved.
It's touched upon other areas of UNESCO competence, and I think we have already agreed somehow, just during our short exchange here, that what would be a priority is to work in a more systematic, sustained manner on the protection and conservation of Uganda's rich cultural heritage, cultural diversity, and see how this can be a leverage for economic development through tourism, but also for social development, because in that approach UNESCO has to cultural tourism, we very much seek to work with local communities. Interior reached out to see how we could work together on training of police forces and how these can be protected at all times.
East African Legislative Assembly members, that's IALA MPs, have visited Dennis Namara demonstration farm in Rutete, Kagadi district to support his efforts in job creation and economic development. The IALA team, including MPs Musanga Batware, Musamali, and Nkurunziza, praised Namara's youth job creation and household income improvement efforts.
This is Ugashari.
This is what we call off-season, because we harvested last month, and this is a farmer who needs a serious irrigation system. So I also asked the Committee of Parliament if it is possible to come and visit this serious farmer, such that when they are putting government money, they give that government money to a serious person who will produce output.
Doing well, and we are expecting many farmers to come on that farm so that they can learn and do better than what we have been doing. And we are requesting the government to give a support to Mr. Honorable, because he's doing a good work.
So a big problem with the road. So I want to call upon the government that they help to intervene, not only to Namara, but to big farmers.
Residents of Mukuba landing site in Entebbe are seeking government assistance to address health, sanitation, and economic development challenges. The village, with over 1,000 residents, faces severe sanitation issues with only one pit latrine shared by the entire community, which is also in a poor condition.
This has led to health concerns, particularly related to hygiene.
We have a single toilet used by the community, but the way I could comment on that toilet is not enough for us, because the turnout or the total population within it is high.
The residents also face poverty, with many relying on fishing as their primary source of income.
The government could come up and have a quick or possible measures that can at least change the life of the people within this area. I think it could have been better because we have children who are supposed to go to school, but we are financially poor.
Limited economic opportunities make it difficult for the community to thrive, and access to clean water remains a major concern, as many rely on lake water for drinking and daily activities.
And since we are jobless, we cannot manage or afford all those things. We lack clean water within our area.
However, Makumba residents have received a Christmas package.
We are donating food, clothes, and it's called Be My Santa. So we're the Santas for the needy. I donated food, gorillas, drinks, and many others.
As a reigning little Miss Uganda, I would love for the lovely contestants of 2024 to pick a leaf in what I have done this year under Malaika Childcare.
Sandra Kahonde, Prosi Chontawaire, UBC News.
The Commissioner General, Uganda Revenue Authority, has applauded KCCA workers in Nyaka division for their hard work in ensuring a clean city. This was during a giveaway of Christmas hampers to the workers as a sign of appreciation for their commitment, and it was in Nyaka division headquarters.
As Christmas nears, the Uganda Revenue Authority team led by Commissioner General John Musinguzi has applauded KCCA workers for their commitment in ensuring sanitation and making Kampala a better city. Among the items given to the employees are food, sanitary wares, drinks, toilet paper, books and pens.
This is a staff-driven campaign by the staff of Uganda Revenue Authority of appreciating those that we work with and also remembering those that are vulnerable in our community. The orphans, we have visited them and shared with them what we had to share, and now it is our partners, the cleaners of the city, who we have the opportunity to share with these small gifts. So on behalf of the men and women of URA, please receive this appreciation and token of appreciating your services as we enter into the festive season.
He urged Ugandans to clear their principal tax arrears before the deadline.
To appreciate all those taxpayers who have made their fair share of tax so far. In the last 5 months and 2 weeks, we've been able to collect over 13 trillion, which is a commendable contribution towards the target of 32 trillion that we should collect by the end of the financial year. So I thank every man and woman, every business entity that has contributed to this great collection in the first half of the year. I rally you and encourage you that in this month of December, as you file your returns for income tax, you will do it honestly and everyone will contribute their fair share of tax. You can never overpay taxes, so it's good to be on the upper side of your estimates, those doing the provisional returns, than being on the lower side because there is penalty for it. I encourage you to generously file and also pay your income tax. But also, I want to assure you that on our side as URA, we have made every preparation to support you in your payment of taxes and to make your experience memorable and enjoyable.
The Mayor of Nyaka Division, Paul Mugabe, highlighted next year's targets.
We have received a consignment of items, a variety of items for our people, the casual workers, all the frontline workers, and have been given to us by URA. We are very, very appreciative. There are indeed many, and they are going really to give a smile or smiles to our people who are close to 800 in Nyaka. These are people with a low pay, and they work alone, they work in the trenches, they sweep the roads, and usually at a time like this, as many people are celebrating Christmas, sometimes for them they are crying, sometimes for them they are not happy because they don't have what to eat.
Susan Nabugude, Michael Bakablindi for UBC News.
We now take you back to that story of ours where the Minister for Youth and Children Affairs has appreciated the Director for Nyaka AIDS Foundation, Tracy J. Jackson Kaguli, for taking care of vulnerable children.
Tuwezeshe kuishi kwa amani, tutimize na malengo yetu.
Minister Baramvaragahara hailed Nyaka AIDS Foundation for caring and educating more than 96,000 children orphaned by HIV/AIDS and vulnerable children. Nyaka Foundation has over the years educated the children from primary level to tertiary level.
You started an NGO to look after the HIV children. You left HIV alone and said HIV now has been suppressed. But then the biggest challenge is children don't have to work, they are not going to school. As much as we have UPE in Uganda, UPE has solved a few of the challenges because there are some corrupt teachers who still charge the poor money to feed or early learning, early class. So the UPE has solved the problem, but the corrupt ones are making it a bad program. But largely it has been an impactful program. So Nyaka from Kambuga, I went to Kambuga. Kambuga is such a remote village. But now Kambuga has a vacation school. It has a clinic. It has a Harvard graduate.
The foundation has constructed 740 homes for grandmothers who care for these children, has 2 primary schools, 2 clinics, community library, clean water, among others.
We are here to celebrate Nyaka, which has been working in Uganda for 23 years, working with children and women at the last mile. In the most rural areas of Uganda, hard to reach, like you heard the minister, Kanungu was and continues to be far away, but because of the development we've done there in collaboration with the Kanungu district and the government of Uganda, we've been able to work in an environment that is peaceful and supportive to celebrate 96,000 children who are now living with 23,000 grandmothers.
My name is Tukume Mark, and I've just completed a Bachelor's of Medical Engineering from Micheal University after graduating. My journey with Nyaka, what I can say, the rise of me and the attaining of hope started in 2008 in my primary 2 up to when I've actually finished university. I'm so thankful to Nyaka.
So many good stories, so many beautiful things Nyaka has done for our grandmothers, for other children. The few you see here are just representing so many that Nyaka has trusted in their lives.
Yeah, I really thank Nyaka because I joined last year in March. I'm now in my second semester. Next year I'm going to my 3rd year.
Meanwhile, Baram visited Mbaba's lair, an old lady who has got 60 acres of land she's contesting with an alleged land grabber. It is alleged the land grabber got a title on the same land, yet her lease of 49 years, which she acquired in 1983, had not yet expired.
You cannot have a freehold title on a running lease. Section 59 of the Land Act is very clear.
Crispus, Arinitwe, UBC News.
This is so much smoke. How you doing? My friends told me about an affordable solution. They're called Greenergy Biostore. Very clean and very safe. Let me call them right away.
Wow, can you believe these beans are ready in just 45 minutes?
Greenergy ethanol stoves and fuel. Enjoy cleaner, healthier and affordable cooking. Cook your food in less than 2,000 shillings per day. No charcoal. Stop deforestation. We are looking for agents across Uganda. Greenergy, Bible Corner.
Stop breathing. To be a winner, you must breathe only when necessary. Breathing is for losers. What is that? Did I give you permission to sweat? You can sweat in your free time. Push the arms straight.
Winning is hard, but with MTN Momo, it's easy. Simply pay or shop with Momo for a chance to win mobile money every day. Use the Momo app or dial *165*3#.
Do you need data collection services, data analysis and reporting, monitoring and evaluation systems? Then contact Mold Technologies, a professional research firm that has provided many organizations with timely research solutions for over 15 years. For more information, visit www.mt.co.ug or call us on 0704 913 399 or 0782 602 963. Visit our office in Kampala at Sayuni Complex in Tinda. Mood Technologies, your professional research firm.
State Minister for Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries Fred Wino Chakulaga has emphasized the importance of best practices in vanilla cultivation. This follows an impressive growth, positioning Uganda as the second largest producer of high-quality vanilla globally after Madagascar. He made the remarks while announcing the official harvest period for vanilla Season B.
The State Minister for Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries, Fred Wino Chakulaga, has announced the official harvest period for vanilla Season B, set from December 27, 2024 to March 27, 2025.
I hereby declare that vanilla harvest period for Season B 2024 will start from 27th December and will run for 3 months up to 27th March 2025.
Chakulaga warned farmers against harvesting before the declared dates, noting that non-compliance could result in penalties, including exclusion from export market.
Specifically, also call upon the Department of Crop Inspection and Certification, which clears exports of vanilla, not to allow any vanilla that was prematurely harvested to be exported out of the country, because they can detect vanilla that was prematurely harvested. So they should not allow such vanilla to be exported.
Uganda's agricultural sector contributes approximately 23% of the country's GDP and 34% of national export earnings, with vanilla contributing $2.66 million.
Remains a vital pillar of our economy. It contributes 24.1% of the national gross domestic product, GDP, and it accounts for 35% of the national export earnings, according to WOBOS.
To address challenges faced by vanilla farmers, including price fluctuations and quality concerns, the government has partnered with the Catholic Relief Services to implement district vanilla quality control ordinances and develop a national agricultural digital traceability system.
We implement these measures in collaboration with the stakeholders, including the Catholic Relief Service, VANEX, the district local governments, and other stakeholders.
Key districts involved in vanilla production include Mbale, Mokono, Bukomansimbi, Michana, Kasese, Mbarara, Shema, Bushenyi, Kagadi, and Wakiso, among others. By adhering to the best practices and regulations, Uganda's vanilla farmers can secure a prosperous harvest season, boosting both the sector and the national economy. Charity Marion Imnat and Stephen Kayumba for UBC News.
A leading provider of petroleum products, Oric Energy, has launched a new fuel innovation designed to enhance vehicle efficiency, reduce emissions, and promote environmental conservation.
Because you're going to be burning fully, the last point. And then obviously,
the new product, which improves fuel combustion, not only reduces harmful emissions, but also enhances vehicle performance. By maximizing efficiency, drivers will need less fuel.
The fuel from, now you have the best assurance that you have the best product that you can find in the market because of the enhancement that we have given it with the additive we are putting and the Evermax fuel. So the message is that Evermax gives you the performance for any type of car that you can find in the market, both the modern and of course the old cars, we're also taking care of them. But more importantly, the cars that are very sensitive now will have the quality that they desire and they deserve.
The savings, when multiplied across users, can inject additional value into the economy besides contributing to environmental conservation.
What do you want? You will save fuel. You will save your engine. You will not spend much money on maintenance. You will not spend much money on fuel. Once you save, isn't the economy growing? You grow, others grow, everybody grows. The economy grows. It's obvious.
The company says its goal of delivering products that balance performance and sustainability ensures that consumers contribute to environmental conservation besides reducing fuel expenses. Sandra Kahunde, Robert Katamba, News Tonight.
The right amount.
Joshua Cheptegei, the reigning world marathon champion, has urged young athletes to focus on developing their talents rather than chase financial rewards. Speaking at the 7th annual Joshua Cheptegei Kids Christmas Run in Kapchora, he emphasized that success and recognition naturally follow when athletes nurture their skills and talent.
The event saw prominent figures from the athletics world, including the legendary world cross-country champion Eliud Kipchoge, who attended as chief guest. Kipchoge shared with the participants the importance of athletics, not only for physical fitness, but also for sharpening the mind, which can help them excel in academics and open doors to success.
First, that is to be fit in their bodies and to be fit in their minds. When a kid actually is fit mentally, then in class, he or she can perform very well. That's all. That's what we are spreading. We are not telling kids to run for money. That's why you prepare small gifts for Christmas. It's not prepare money.
Cheptegei also highlighted the significance of values in shaping successful sports personalities.
And for me, the values are very important. And for us to work together with the young people, we always keep on the gospel of good values. And also, as we have, even in our institutions, like in the school, we always prioritize the good values so that we can be able to work together and have proper values, discipline, and mentorship.
He noted how sports participation, particularly among girls, helps keep them in school, preventing early marriages and contributing to their personal growth.
But for us, we have changed the narrative. We have said that our girls must remain in school, our girls must pursue the sports, because by then they can be able to be empowered economically. We are saying no to bad social norms, especially female genital mutilation.
Sebei cultural leader Peter Sulikei applauded local athletes for promoting Uganda's image on the international stage and commended the government for constructing a high-altitude training center.
This initiative, to us, the Sabine, is extremely important because, as the whole country knows, we are the producers of long-distance runners in the country. And now, when we are tapping talent from a very early age, the potential is very high that we'll be able to get a big crop of good athletes
especially in the long races.
The competition featured under 12 athletes in the 2-kilometer race, under 14 in the 3-kilometer, and under 16 in the 5-kilometer race. Mutonyi Hilda and Yiga Muhammad, UBC.
Yiga Muhammad and Mutonyi Hilda bring us to the end of news tonight. Thanking you so much for watching. Wish you the best of the night. Bye-bye.
Welcome to Gatsby Night. Welcome to the Governor's Banquet. Welcome to the last night of the district conference. This is the last day of the district conference, the 99th district conference. Now, Kampala Sese Island has outdone themselves. Why do I think that they had this in mind all the time? Now, Sese Island emulates a lot of the stuff that we love about Rotary. They have been here for a time, they've been here for a long time. And I believe that choosing the 1920s was a great idea. In the 1920s, everyone loves and wants to go back. Why? It was the year of the blonde. It was the year when music was music. It was the year that everybody enjoyed themselves. It was the year of the frills, when we thought having fun, wild makeup was the only solution to having fun. And today we brought that back live. This is the Governor's Club. I welcome you to the district conference, the last night, the 99th Governor's Banquet, organized by the Rotary Club of Sese Island. Welcome to the Rotary Moment Show. Welcome to our live channel. I am still Carol Chazeka-Koza. Welcome to Gatsby Night. We have had a lot of fun during the day. We had a lot of awards that were given out. The most exciting and the most important part of it was the leadership change, where we had District Governor nominee Gerard Obai announced as District Governor nominee, and the first time ever from Northern Uganda. I think for me that is wonderful. The first time ever, Northern Uganda, the heaven, like they say, they come from the Club of the Heaven. Rotary Club of Gulu has finally produced